Hey, Dr. Verchek here. One of the most common questions I receive is, why do you like chemical peels so much more than CO2? I'd like to tell you about that. The short version is, chemical peels, in my opinion, are safer, better results, and less expensive. And let me tell you a little bit about why. So chemical peels and laser resurfacing have the same goal: improve the texture of the skin. And the way they do that is a controlled injury to the skin that results in a new top layer, the epidermis, and more collagen in the dermis. Now, the way that they do it is slightly different. So CO2 is almost always fractionated, meaning only a fraction of the surface is treated. And the reason is, when you treat the epidermis with a CO2 laser, the epidermis is vaporized immediately, so it's gone. And if you lose all of it, that can cause problems with scarring, delayed redness, infection, because you need your epidermis to kind of protect you. So to combat that, we fractionate it. We treat a fraction of the surface, so not all of the epidermis is immediately vaporized. Now, with a chemical peel, it's not all immediately vaporized. So you treat with this chemical, and over the next several days, the epidermis is sloughing off and peeling away. And as it does, it's leaching nutrients into the lower layers. And what's great about that is you can treat the entire epidermis. So as opposed to a fraction with a laser, you treat the whole thing with a peel. Also, with lasers, because it's a light and heat-based energy, you need to be careful about treating people with darker skin, usually. So there's something called a Fitzpatrick scale. It goes increasing from, say, like a very light-skinned person at a 1 to a very dark-skinned person at a 6. You wouldn't want to treat with most lasers very dark-skinned people. So this would be African-American people usually, Latinos and Latinas. And so if you have darker, more olive skin, you want to avoid lasers and instead use chemical peels. And so, I live in Texas. There's lots of people with darker skin. And I try to think about not just people with light skin, but also people with darker skin. How can we improve their skin also? And chemical peels are much safer for people with more pigmented skin. There's much less risk of something called PIH, which kind of looks like melasma, with peels over laser. Also, the recovery tends to be faster and easier with peels. And in my experience, the results are slightly better. They're also substantially less expensive because lasers are expensive. So I hope this helps. Please let me know with questions. This is a topic that I'm passionate about, I'm interested in, and I'd love to hear from you about it.